What's good, everybody? So my previous mouse and keyboard video did surprisingly really good, and I'm here to make part 2 where I'll be showing you guys some more details on how to get better as a mouse and keyboard player, and I'll be giving you guys some more tips and tricks. So for the people that don't know who I am Prince Raso. I've been playing mouse and keyboard for over 16 years, and we did also a calculation from 2019 till now on how many hours I've been playing mouse and keyboard on Warzone, and it was approximately around 13,000 hours to 16,000 hours, which is absolutely insane. First thing what we want to do, if you have a new PC or you've never changed the settings, is we want to type in mouse settings, and then you can see enhance pointer position. Keep in mind this has to be turned off, and when you have it enabled, it makes it really hard to build muscle memory, especially when you move fast or when you move slow. And when you disable this, it makes you rely on consistent movements, so you want to definitely disable this. Now for the people that watched my first mouse and keyboard video, you can basically skip this part, but for the people that don't know this, there's a secret setting that makes you shoot better, flick better, hit your target more frequently, and this is going to be in your document files. Once you change this, you'll basically flick better and shoot your shots like no tomorrow. And as you can see, it's just so easy. It's just so easy. And we're going to be changing this. So we'll be heading to our document files. We're going to click on documents, Call of Duty, players. And then you'll be seeing a lot of document files with some notepads over here. So what you want to change is the text 0 file and the text 1 file. You can also change the CST file options.4.cot23, but I don't think you have to do it. But if you want to be sure, you can change that as well. So whatever we change on the text 0 file, we're going to do that on text 1 and on the CST file. All right, click this, open this, and then we're going to do Control F, type in yaw. Once you've done that, as you can see, max yaw speed in degrees for gamepad and keyboard, and also max pitch speed in degrees for gamepad. By default, this should be on 140. I have it on 110, and the reason being why I have it on 110, we're going to pick up our calculator. My sensitivity is 5, right? It's 5. 5 times 0.022 times 1,000. This will be 110. Now, let's say, for example, you will have 8 sensitivity. 8 sensitivity times 0.022 times 1,000. This will be on 176. So you want to be typing 176 over here, right? Same thing for max pitch speed, 176. And you want to leave the zeros. Once you've done that, you want to type in raw. And as you can see, use raw mouse input. We're going to be changing this from true to false. Then we're going to be typing in blood. It says limit blood effects to prevent excess blood stacking. You want to type there true. And also show blood effects weapon eject brass. Sometimes this will reset to true. I don't know why. But if that does that, just type in false. Weapon eject brass also false. And then you want to type in corpse. It says maximum number of AI corpse. Corpse limit 0 to 28. You want to type in 0. Also here 0 as well. And yeah, once you've done that, you want to go to file and then save this. Now we're going to go to the text 1 file as well. We're going to, as you can see, it kind of like looks the same. We're going to type in corpse 0. We're going to do the yaw as well. 110, 110. Then use mouse raw input on false. And then we're going to type in blood. As you can see, this also reset it for some reason. We're going to change this to false. And limit blood effects to prevent excess blood stacking on true. Save this as well. Go back here, and then the options.4 CST, we're going to type in yaw, 110, 110, use mouse raw input on false, and then corpse 0, and blood, show blood effects false, weapon eject brass false. Save that as well. I'll be showing you guys also my in-game settings. Now, keep in mind, if you guys already watched my previous video, you can skip this part. The tips and tricks is going to be a little bit later in the end. We're going to head over to settings, keyboard and mouse. My mouse sensitivity is on 5. If you guys are struggling and you genuinely want to get better as a mouse and key player or as a controller player, it does not matter. I will be making you crack, and I will be helping you to win more gunfights, to make better decisions, to win more games, and all of that good stuff. I have been coaching in Warzone for over 3 years, and I've been coaching for over 300 new people. I do also have a Discord where you can check the reviews from the people that I coach if you're not certain. The link is going to be in the bio. You can check out all of these beautiful comments. It does not matter if you're a gold player, an iridescent player, crimson player, whether you want to get coached in Rebirth Island, Big Map, or you want to get coached in Ranked, and you just want to perform and get better, and you want to get more information about this coaching session, simply just send me a message in the Discord, and I'll be ready to get you to the next level. Now, I do not advise you to copy my sensitivity because it can vary. Now, the reason why I say that is, if you're an ARM player, usually you can have 400 DPI or 800 DPI from 1 sensitivity up to a 7 or 6 sensitivity. And the reason why having such a low sensitivity will not matter as an ARM player, you can basically move your arm and it does not matter. Now, if you're a wrist player and you basically rest your arm like this and you basically play with your wrist, you can have a really high sensitivity. 800 DPI, 8 sensitivity, 9 sensitivity, 10 sensitivity, 11, 12, or 13. It does not matter because with a high sensitivity, you can basically flick very, very easy. Now, I'll be showing you 12 sensitivity with wrist. As you can see, I barely have to move my mouse, right? Now, we go back to 5 sensitivity. That's it. I can't even do a 360. This is really hard. Now, with an arm, you see? So yeah, man, this can be different. Now, we go to show more. Everything is on 1 by default. We're gonna go to mouse advanced settings. Now, for some reason, when Black Ops 6 came out, and I had this on gradual. By default, this should be on gradual. And I was kind of like losing a lot of my gunfight until somebody came into my chat. He said, Raso, use after zoom. Now, it kind of like doesn't matter because after zoom, it says sensitivity multiplies applied only when fully zoomed in. But everything for me is on 1, right? But I don't know. This is Call of Duty. For some reason, when I changed this to after zoom, I was shooting. I was not losing my gunfight. This was in Black Ops 6 multiplayer. And I was just beaming. I don't know why. But after zoom, for some reason, shoots better. And it flicks better. So yeah, after zoom is just it. Then we go to monitor distance coefficient. Now, when I had a 1080p monitor 2 years ago, I was on 1.78. This felt really nice. But now that I'm on 1440p monitor, this should be on 1.33. All right. Then we go to mouse calibration. Now, mouse wheel delay should be on 75 or 100, depending on what you basically like. By default, this is on 250. Now, what does this do? If you scroll with your mouse, you can really hardly like YY or like it's really awkward to swap with your guns. And if you set this to if you go to mouse advanced settings and then mouse calibration, if you set this to 75 or 100, you can play with this. What this does is basically I can like swap with my guns better. I can do YY a little bit like that, and it just feels way better. Depends what you like. 75 or 100, both are really fine. Then we go to our keybinds. Now, I didn't change much, but these are my keybinds settings. I do want to talk about basically the weapon mount, which is on my side mouse button. I just felt that really nice. It just felt really cool. Lethal equipment. This is a very, very, very important one. Now, why do I have this on my middle mouse button? I believe on default should be on G. When I was trying to throw a grenade with G button, it was really hard to kind of like move and stuff. But if I have it on my middle mouse button, I can like calculate on how far I can throw or on how to throw it, because I can do WASD and, you know, I can like, it's just so much easier, if that makes sense. If I want to like nade this area over here, what I can do is I can like go backwards and then nade it like that. Perfect nade. You saw that? So yeah, the middle mouse button did me really good. Then we go to the armor plate drop item. This was on 4 for me. It felt really nice. Keep in mind, you can play with this, but for me, what is really important is to have that lethal equipment on your middle mouse button, which is this one. Another important one is going to be switch to melee button. You can find this under combat advanced keybind. And if you still cannot find this, you just type in melee and it says switch to melee button. Now, this is a powerful one. I believe I saw Aiden one time telling Raven, or I don't know who on Twitter, that they want this feature as well. Controller players, unfortunately, don't have this feature. This is only for keyboard and mouse players. Now, what this does do is it says switch to melee button, press equip to your melee button. Now, I believe when you were holding down your melee, it was like switching to melee. Now that this button is on my E button, keep in mind, whatever button you want, just use it. So yeah, if I press my E button, it just pulls the knife out immediately. Now, this could be good in many situations. So let's say, for example, I'm in this situation right here and I get shot in the back. What I usually do is I just pull up my melee button by pressing E and I just get out of that situation. Now, this could be very nice. Or if you're in the open and somebody's just shooting you, you just can like pull out the melee button immediately. Or if you're in a gulag and you're just shooting somebody and you run out of bullets and he's kind of like has like 3 or 4 more bullets, you can just pull out your melee button and then knife him immediately. And this is a W for mouse and key players. Now we go to the movement. Sprint assist should be on tactical. Sprint assist delay on 0. Sprint assist sideways and backwards all are both on. Mental assist off. Corner slices on. And the reason why I have this on is because if I want to like hold somebody over there, it's just easier to have it with corner slice rather than not have it with corner slice and like peeking like this. Keep in mind, you have to kind of get used to this part. But I found it having it on is really nice. Let's go to the movement advanced settings. Grounded mantle should be on. Tactical sprint activation should be on single tap sprint. What I also want to show you guys is the interface. We go to readability and then we go to crosshair over here. Center dot I do have. I think by default this is on static. I'm not sure. But I have it on center dot. We're going to click on show more. And then center dot scale should be on larger. And then crosshair color is going to be the baby blue. Now, the reason why I have it on the baby blue is because, let's say, for example, somebody in Rebirth Island or in a big map is flying and I want to like beam that person. Having this baby blue crosshair is just easier to track and it's just so much better than the white one. And also going into dark areas, I can just like track that crosshair so much better. And especially being it larger. Just removing that crosshair and simply having a dodge is just so much easier to follow with your eyes than having a crosshair right, left, up and down in sticky situations or like in buildings and stuff like that. When it's like that and you're trying to like shoot somebody, sometimes I feel like you can just get lost. But having a larger crosshair with the blue color is just easier to track it with the eye. Now, I do want to talk also about centering. Now, this is a lot of people's problem, including me back in the days. The first 2 years, I've lost so many gunfights by not having a good centering until I kind of like watched other streamers and I was realizing, damn, their centering is just way better than my centering. Now, I'm going to show you a couple examples. And how can you keep a track on your centering? I always tell my clients when I'm coaching them to not have the dot touching the ground. So if you're running like this, do not let it touch the ground. This is already a bad centering. Or like this is also really bad. Don't let it touch the ground. You want to always run like this. Have it like a little bit high. And the reason why I say this, if it's already really high and somebody comes around this corner suddenly, you can just like aim and then shoot immediately and you'll win that gunfight. Rather than aiming like this and he comes out of that corner, you just have to like aim upwards and then shoot. It's gonna like hit like leg shots or like toe shots. And you're just not gonna win that gunfight. I'll be showing you guys 2 examples. One example of me having really good centering, and you'll see the difference. It's crazy. And then another example of me having a bad centering, and you can see that I'm literally shooting the legs, and it's just so bad. It's just absolutely really bad. Watch this. So yeah, man, this is really important. Number 1, have that centering up. Don't let it touch the ground. Always run with centering up. And always ask yourself, right? When you push a building, do I have a good centering? Do I have a good centering? This way, you know, you're basically checking up on yourself and you just have a really high centering. And you're just gonna win more of your gunfights. Trust me. I promise you guys, having a high centering definitely will make you win more gunfights. Now we're gonna head over to our Logitech G Hub, and as you can see, I have the Pro X Superlight 2. This is a very, very good mouse. If you feel like the price is a little bit too high, you can also go for the first version, Pro X Superlight 1. But if you don't care about the price, you can get the Superlight 2. It's really, really good. I have 800 DPI. In my opinion, 400 DPI to 800 DPI. I personally think 800 DPI for FPS gaming is the sweet spot, especially for Battle Royale gaming. Let's head over to Google. Is 800 DPI good for gaming? Yes, 800 DPI is generally considered good and popular DPI settings for gaming, particularly in first-person shooters, FPS games. It's often seen as a sweet spot for balancing responsiveness and control, making it a common choice among both casuals and professional gamers. And we're gonna go to our wireless report rate. Now, 2000 report rate, 4000 report rate, it generally doesn't make a difference. Not even the 1000, I think. But I've always played on 4K, so I personally have it on 4K. You do not want to click the 8K because it basically drains your battery. Same thing kind of like for the 4K, but it's not that really bad. So let's talk about mouse case. Now, when I coach mouse and key players and they tell me, hey, I have the Superlight 2 as well. And I always tell them, like, what kind of mouse case do you have? And they're like, what do you mean mouse case? I don't have any mouse case. And I'm like, what? Mouse case, guys, will definitely improve you by 20 to 25% shooting wise, tracking the enemy and all that good stuff. And it's really important to understand what mouse case is good. Now, for example, I have these two bad boys over here. I have the ESP Tiger Eyes V2, I believe. I also have the Corepad Air Skates. Now, in my opinion, I've used this for 1 year and I've used this for 6 months, which is the Corepad's Air. And I felt like the Corepad's Air felt a little bit better. Now, this is the Tiger Eyes and this is the Corepad's Air. We're gonna do a comparison. As you can see, the Corepad's Air feels a little bit more glidey and a little bit better in my opinion. Both are really good. The link is going to be in the description. When it comes to mouse pads, I am using the Lethal Gaming Gear Saturn. You also have the Saturn Pro, but in my opinion, I use kind of like both, but I felt like the Saturn felt a little bit better. Unfortunately, they don't make new ones, especially when it comes to the XXL version, but they do make the XL version. We're going to head over to their website over here. And as you can see, I'm on their website, lethalgg.eu. The link is going to be in the description. And when we click on the XXL version, they don't have the soft because I do have the soft. They do have the X soft, which is red. I kind of don't use red. But the black one, they don't have the... They do have the XL SQ and the XL version on red and black. When it comes to the XXL version, they don't have it. But guys, I promise you, if you don't mind the XL SQ version, get the soft red or black and you will definitely fry. This mousepad is king in my eyes. And a lot of good players are using the same mousepad as well. Now, let's talk about what keyboard I am using. And that is going to be the Wooting 60HE. In my opinion, this keyboard is the best keyboard that I personally use. You can also change the sensitivity and all that good stuff in their web browser app. And I'm going to be showing you guys exactly on how to do that. You're going to go to the wooting.io. And then you're going to click on Wootily, I believe. Launch Wootily Web. And you can basically make your own profile over here. My profile is Raso. As you can see here, I basically changed my armor plate, which is going to be the 4-bun, into 0.1 mm. Now, keep in mind, 0.1 mm, if I hit my 4-bun just a tiny bit, it immediately wants to play it immediately. Now, this can be very good in situations where I get shot at and I just want to play it up immediately. Having this on 0.1 is actually really good. Now, the reload one, I kind of have it on 3. Sometimes I got into situations where I was like kind of fighting and I accidentally hit my R button. I fat fingered it and it was kind of like starting to reload when I didn't even want to do it. So that's why I have it on 3. Spacebar, I do have it on 4 all the way up because during a gunfight, I don't want to like accidentally jump the whole time. So I have it all the way on 4, which means I have to press it all the way to make it respond. Now, my left alt button is going to be my ping button. This is also really important for me because I do ping a lot of enemies every single time. 0.1 and then basically my field upgrade is 3. V is melee and all that stuff, and my opening my map is going to be also on 3 because I don't want to like accidentally hit it, which I think is kind of like hard me to go all the way to M, but I still have this on 3. Backspace is on 3. Tap, which was also opening your scoreboard. A lot of the time I was kind of like fighting and I accidentally opened my tap during a fight by fat fingering the tab button. This was really annoying as well, so I bumped that all the way to 4, and then escape, I also bumped that all the way to 4. You can also do a lot of good stuff as well. Rapid trigger. I haven't actually touched this, but You know, you can do so many good stuff. And yeah, man, these are my mouse and key settings, tips and tricks. And if you want to actually check me out, I stream every day except Mondays live on Twitch. Link is gonna be in the bio as well, man. Check me out. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll be making more videos on how to get better in Warzone very soon as well, man. YouTube, I love y'all, man. Take it easy. Ciao.